This is the plaintiff, Cynthia Nieves. She says the defendant has her valuable gaming screen and won't give it back. The device is hers. She paid for it and is suing the defendant for the $743.74 she's owed. This is the defendant, Billy Joe Collins. She says she has no idea what this plaintiff is talking about because she doesn't have any gaming device and never saw a gaming device in her home and owes nothing. She's accused of playing dirty.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant stole her valuable gaming screen and won't give it back. But the defendant says she has no clue what the plaintiff is talking about because she has no such thing in her house and doesn't know anything about it. It's the case of playing dirty.
All righty, thank you. Okay, Ms. Nieves, you are suing for $743.74 because according to you, there is a gaming device that remains at Ms. Collins' house that she will not return to you. Tell me a little bit about the background, how it is that you know each other, and why you would have left a gaming device there.
Okay. Hi, Judge Milian. So I had myself and Ms. Collins actually worked together in a company for jewelry. And at the time, she was also, my friend is the other parent of her children. So I would go and visit. And when I was going and visiting—
Wait, who was your friend? She was your friend or he was your friend?
She was as well my friend because she brought me into the company.
But you were also friends with him?
Yes, we've been friends for over 25 years.
Okay, go on.
So I went in, I would go over the weekends and visit, and I would play video games with her children. And I honestly didn't want to inconvenience anybody with the video games, so I decided to get a gaming device. It's a screen where you could play portably. So I had it shipped, and I told him to hold on to it for me so that when I would go, I could just use the device. So that device was bought back.
Wait, but how? I'm kind of lost. I'm sorry. Are you living in a different city than they are?
Yes. I live in New York.
How far away do you live? Okay. And they live where?
Massachusetts.
Okay, so you were visiting so often that you bought a gaming device to have on that side.
Right. I was also in the process of moving because I was contemplating the move as well, and I had conversated that with her on a few occasions when we would talk on the phone. So I was in the process of doing that as well.
Okay, so you have it shipped where? To her house?
I had it shipped to his parents' house because I knew that they would be able to get it, and I knew someone would be home. So it was shipped to him.
So you have it shipped to the parents' house. And then it ends up at their house, right?
Yes.
Because you used it. Did you ever use it at their house?
I might have used it once or twice before some other issues happened between them, and he had to leave.
Oh, so he and she are no longer together. Ms. Collins, are you separated from your husband?
I am. We were never married.
Okay. Did you have kids together?
We did, 2.
All right.
2 boys.
All right. So now Ms. Nieves says that you have a gaming device and that it belongs to her and she would like you to give it back to her. What's your answer to that?
Well, first, I've never heard that she's left any gaming device at my house, nor has she ever played any gaming device at my residence. Also, ironically, when she sent the notice to the court to sue me, she never sent me notice, nor did she ever call me to even see if I had a gaming device. I had no knowledge that there was ever any agreement between her and my ex-boyfriend that he was going to house something for her as a favor.
Did she ever call you and say, can I have the gaming device back, or she never did that?
Never. She never even made any attempt.
Did your boyfriend do that? Did your boyfriend say,
Nope.
hey, where's the gaming device?
No, apparently he cut her out of his life as well, from what I understand. So I think
Do you know why?
this is, I really don't get into his business. I know he has a new girlfriend. There's kind of a background.
Wait, what do you mean new girlfriend? Do you think that she was your boyfriend's girlfriend?
I don't think. I know that Cynthia had relations with my ex, and I don't know if you saw the supporting documentation from her mother, which is a pretty disgusting rendition of what she thinks of her daughter. But needless to say, it's none of my business. I don't want to be involved in any of that.
Well, it's kind of your business. Wait a second. You think that he's a friend of that she's a friend of yours. You think she's just a friend of his, and they're carrying on while you are living with your boyfriend, correct? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Listen.
Were you in a relationship with her boyfriend?
No, I was not. I was married at the time.
Okay. Ms. Collins, go on. What were you saying?
No, I also have emails from her husband who also reached out to me, and I would tell her not to come to my house anymore because she needed to resolve her marital problems with her husband and work on whatever relationship issues she had with her mom.
What was the husband emailing you? What was he telling you? That they were
same thing.
Stepping out?
Yeah, that she
Oh, my
was.
goodness.
She was. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
So
and,
her mother
I mean, I
and
felt
her
bad.
husband were telling you that. Is that the reason for the
Yes.
breakup between you and the father of your children?
No,
Well, there's always
we
more,
were together
but-
for, yeah, right. We were together for 14 years. So, we had our issues. Cynthia and I were not friends. She was actually friends with Jeremy at the time. And she kind of pulled the wool over me, trying to become friends with me to get closer to my boyfriend, who is now my ex. And I think she lived in somewhat of a fantasy world, thinking that they were going to ride off into the sunset when we broke up. And contemplating moving here. And then it didn't work out for her. He found a girlfriend who he's very happy with and cut her out of his life. So I believe that she's kind of has a claim to him and has some resentment. And I don't know if.
But she's not
he maybe
suing him.
still
She's
has-
suing you. If she has
Right, well-
resentment, she would sue him. Why is she suing
well,
you?
what I think is-
Do you have the item
what I
in
think-
question?
I don't. And what I think is happening is he has the item and he's saying he doesn't have it. So therefore he's saying that I have it. So that's why she's suing me. So now so of course I'm going to, do the research. So I
Once you got
go to the
sued.
courthouse. Right, exactly, which I knew nothing about. So I go to the courthouse to get the supporting documents that Cynthia claimed was in the small claims notice, because she never sent me the certified copy, and she didn't.
So how did you
serve
find
me.
out you were getting sued even?
The court sends notice as well. Otherwise, I would have never even known.
Okay.
So I went down to the courthouse. I got the documentation. I checked the order number on Cynthia's receipt and through Walmart.com, and I noticed, I sent in with my answer the supporting documentation. It says that she was refunded on November 9th. So I was like,
Okay,
well,
wait.
why is she
Back
suing
it
me?
up. When did you and your boyfriend break up?
In November.
Before the 9th or after the 9th?
After the 9th. So it took her a year.
How do you find out? I'm sorry. How do you wait? How do you find out that there's been a refund on the order? Was it returned, or what was it that happened? I guess you went to the courthouse, and so you see the order number, right?
Yes,
That she
if you
filed
look
with
at the
her lawsuit.
receipt,
Right.
If you look at Cynthia's receipt that she sent in with the small claims, you can see the order number. So I went on to Walmart.com, and then I put in the order number, and then I saw on the order details, refund issued on Monday, November 4th. So I'm like, all right, well, why is she suing me for something that was refunded? So then I called
Can you
Walmart.
shed some light here, Ms. Nieves? Oh, you called Walmart, and what happened?
So I called Walmart and I said, yes, I have a order number here that says it's refunded. I just want to know why it was refunded. So she had indicated that the item was refunded Monday, November 4th, because the item was out of stock and was never shipped. So I'm like, okay, now I don't have a documentation for that conversation. So I did a chat on Walmart.com with the representative.
Oh, you're
so
good.
I could have
You're good. Pretending that you were her, Or what did you do? You
Well,
just get, oh, so let me see the
they didn't
chat.
ask.
I did check on the order. The item was refunded since the item was out of stock. Yes, indeedy. Ms. Nieves, talk to me. The receipt that you provided as
That is the
support
receipt
for
of
an
the
item that you
order.
say she owes you, I'm looking at the documentation, and according to Walmart, they never shipped it out to you, so you never had it, so you
They
could have
did
never
ship it out.
brought it there, and they ended up refunding the money to your account.
No, they didn't refund the money to my account. They did ship it.
Well,
There was
according to
an
them, they
issue with the
did.
delivery, and they did ship it. What happened was I was gonna have to buy it again because of the fact
So
that they
did you
said,
buy it again?
yeah, and then I got the refund on the second
Oh,
one.
well, then why are you
But I
right,
had
well, the receipt you provided is for an item that got refunded. Do you have a second receipt for an item you bought that
no,
you
that
didn't
was the
provide to
only
the court?
receipt that was sent it to me. I
If
have the
you bought
emails
two,
from
lady,
Walmart.
listen, Ms. Nieves, listen to what you just said. You just said to me, I bought the item and then I had to repurchase it. Okay, that means that they will be, because this one says refunded, which means you're done. You didn't get charged, and they refunded the item because they didn't have it in stock. So if you had to repurchase it, you should have some documentation from the internet to show a second purchase, which you did not attach
Right,
to your lawsuit.
Well, that was the receipt that I had because that was the item that I got, and that was the FedEx tracking. But the device
Yeah,
was in
well,
the
it looks
possession
like you
because I
never
gave
were
the,
out any money, and you never played with the device because the
well,
device was never sent. Do you have any proof
it
the
was
device was
sent
even
because,
sent? I'm looking
yeah,
at
I
them
have the
refunding your money.
tracking number.
Yeah, that's
I can
not what
get
I'm
the
asking.
tracking
I'm
number.
asking for proof that it was received by his parents. Do you have that?
Yeah, the tracking number, I would have to get it
A
because all
tracking
I had
number
was the
isn't proof that
receipt.
something was received. You would have to click on the tracking number, track it, and
Right.
then have proof that it was received.
No, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
did you do
saying. I
that
would
before
have to get the
trial?
proof.
Yeah,
No, because
okay.
all I
Well,
had
I'm in
was the
trial right now.
delivery, the receipt. But it was
Okay.
delivered, and it
Okay, show
was
me proof
played
it was
with
delivered.
there.
Ms.
I'm
Nieves, no
getting
more
on it.
talking. Show me proof it was delivered. Okay, you could just do it on your phone and then hold it up.
I am. That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, back up a little. All right, that says October 22nd, except that just says a FedEx package was delivered. And your
Well, that's the
Walmart
tracking
receipt,
number from the receipt.
okay, well, hold on. You may want to look into it because according to them on November 9th, they refunded you. Which is weird because she's got something that says on October 22nd it was delivered. Now, I don't know if that's for this package or for some other package. It says on November 9th they refunded you because it wasn't in stock. So that's not making sense. Why did both your husband and your mother write to her to tell her that you're up to no good with her boyfriend?
So my mother got misinformation from my husband at the time. My husband was not very supportive, and he was not agreeable to me going over there. In the beginning, he was, and he was very supportive of the company. But when he started seeing that I was doing well and getting more into it, he was not very supportive, and we would get into little altercations over it.
Okay, so
Sorry.
so
But my
what
mom and I
evidence do
are
you
good
have that
now.
ma'am, what evidence do you have that Ms. Collins has whatever item this is? You had it shipped to a different house, not hers, in the name of a different person, not her. So what evidence do you have that she has this item?
So when she had him removed from the house on December 15th, he went with the police officer because he had to get escorted over there at the time. She wasn't there. She locked everything up in the room and was told him he could only take a few things. So when he got there and saw that he wasn't able to get the device, the police officer called Miss Collins and said, "We want the device." She said, "I'm not giving it. It's mine. I paid for it." And then he
How do
told
you know
her
any
on
of
the
this
phone,
stuff? How do you
because
know any of this stuff?
I was told this
Told to
by
you by whom?
her
Jeremy?
ex-boyfriend because he was the one who had
Okay, all
the
right.
device.
That is what we call rank hearsay. Is Jeremy here to testify and tell me all
No.
this? No. Do you have an affidavit from Jeremy? No. And you're not suing Jeremy, right?
No.
Who you sent it to at his parents' house. Why aren't you suing Jeremy? Like, why are you believing Jeremy that she has it? Like, what evidence do you have that she has it other than pure hearsay? And
Because I
whose
did
hearsay?
say it in the house.
Potentially the hearsay of who you say was cheating. with her. I don't know if it's true or not true. I don't know why so many people think it's
Not
true.
true.
But either way, yeah, but you're completely out of gas. You cannot prove that she has this item. She denies
So I
she has
did
it.
play
You have
the
no
device
evidence she
at
has
her
it.
house.
The only evidence you have that Miss Collins has it is someone else told you so. That does not a lawsuit make. On your case
sorry, Your
against
Honor.
Miss Collins, I am no, stop. In your case against Miss Collins, I am ruling in favor of Miss Collins. Okay, that's my verdict.
Okay.
The plaintiff who was suing the defendant obviously didn't prevail. Let's see what she thinks about it. Ms. Nieves, what do you have to say?
I didn't lie. The device was in her possession. One of her children tried to bring it out of the house and didn't, and she snatched it up. But, you know.
All right, well, that's it. You lose your case against her. Ms. Collins?
Well, I'm happy. I just feel disappointed that it had to come to this, and she has to put herself out there like this and make herself look bad, and that's her own choice. So I wish her well and nothing but the best. And hopefully she'll move on with her life and leave me alone.
All right, that'll do it for this case. Let's see what the judges have to say about it now.
I believe it was an 18th century or 17th century English playwright who first wrote, "Hell hath no fury like a woman bereft of her gaming device," right? Anticipating the advent of gaming devices. But anyway, sometimes you get a claim that's 90% emotion and anger and baggage and maybe a tiny, tiny little bit of a nucleus of actual facts.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you had here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, her claim failed, the plaintiff's claim failed on so many different accounts.
She had no evidence. She couldn't prove that, she had the device to begin with. It was all based on hearsay that her friend and or ex-boyfriend, whichever it might be,
Right.
had told her. And she didn't even have him here to testify, didn't have a statement from him, didn't have anything. So she has no idea what the thing is. She's just suing her because she's suing her, because someone told her she had it.
Yeah, there's not a lot of, I don't have a lot of confidence in exactly what transpired here, other than that there's a love triangle and there's a lot of baggage between these folks, and I understand that. But I gotta tell you, Billy Joe, I mean, she gets it done. She penetrated the bureaucracy and got through the firewall at Walmart and got information that the average person probably couldn't have
She was
gotten.
very
Somebody
clever.
else
She had the order number, and that was it. All she had to do was start emailing,
Right.
and there was no kind of weird that there was no verification process.
Okay, Sheila wants to know this. Hey, Harvey, since the People's Court gets small claims cases from different states, does Judge Millian have to look up the laws for each state, or are the laws all pretty much the same? No, the laws are actually very different depending on what the situation is. The judge does have a law clerk, Rusty Trusty Gabe, who has been around for a long time. Gabe was about 25, I think, when he started. I think he's 104 right now. But no, I mean, you have to look at the laws of each state, and the judge applies those laws depending on who comes into her courtroom. So it is very state specific, and that's the way we operate. See you next time.